There comes a time in life when we begin to notice the weight we've been carrying. Not the weight of groceries or laundry baskets, but the quiet weight we hold inside. The old regrets, the need to keep everyone happy, the worn-out roles we've played for years. Sometimes it feels like we're carrying around a suitcase packed decades ago, filled with things we thought we needed, but never unpacked. After 65, life changes, slows down in some places, deepens in others. And in that quiet space, many of us start to ask, what if I didn't have to carry all this anymore? What if life could feel lighter? This isn't about giving up. It's about giving ourselves permission. Permission to let go of what no longer serves us. To loosen the grip on old hurts, unreachable expectations, or the fear that we're no longer needed. We'll walk through 10 things, gentle ideas, not rules, that may help your heart feel lighter, your days feel softer, and your spirit feel freer. You don't have to agree with every point. You don't have to make any changes today, but I invite you to listen with an open heart, to sit with each thought. And if something here brings you peace, then I hope you'll carry that with you and leave a little heaviness behind. Let's take this quiet walk together, just you and me. One of the heaviest things we carry, often without even noticing, is the need to please everyone. Many of us grew up in times when being the good one meant putting others first. We became the peacekeepers, the caretakers, the ones who smoothed over every rough patch. Maybe we raised children, looked after aging parents, supported a spouse, or said yes when we really wanted to say no, all because it felt like our job to hold everything together. But now, maybe it's time to ask, who takes care of you? After 65, the world invites us to slow down, to tend to our own heart. And yet, the habit of pleasing others can be hard to break. We still say yes to things that exhaust us. We still worry about what others will think. We still carry the fear that putting ourselves first is selfish. But here's the truth. It's not selfish to choose peace. It's not wrong to rest. It's not a betrayal to say, that doesn't work for me anymore. You've spent so much of your life giving, and I know how much love and strength that took. But now, this part of life is asking something different. It's asking for gentleness, for self-kindness, for boundaries that protect your peace. Some people may not understand at first, and that's okay. The relationships that are real, the ones built on true love, they'll remain. And the ones that fall away, maybe they weren't meant to follow you into this new chapter. Letting go of the need to please everyone doesn't mean you stop caring. It simply means you care for yourself too. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. And it's one of the kindest things you can do for the years ahead. There's a quiet ache that many of us carry, the weight of regret. It can visit us when the house is still, when an old song plays, or when we look through fading photographs. Regrets about things we said or didn't say, about the paths we didn't take, the dreams we postponed, or the people we drifted away from. And sometimes, those old memories press down hard, whispering, if only I had done it differently. But dear friend, if you're hearing this now, I want you to know something that's both simple and deeply true. You did the best you could, with the understanding, the tools, and the heart you had at the time. We all look back with clearer eyes. We see where we stumbled, where we stayed too long, or where we left too soon. But hindsight is not a fair judge. It forgets the confusion we felt in those moments, the fears we carried, the reasons behind our silence or our choices. What if you could imagine your younger self, maybe at 30 or 45 or 60, and instead of scolding them, you spoke with kindness? What would it feel like to say, you tried, you loved, you meant, well, and it's okay? Letting go of regret doesn't mean pretending everything was perfect. It means allowing yourself to soften, to forgive, to understand that the past cannot be changed, but its grip can be loosened. Like tossing small stones into a river, we can let those regrets drift away one by one. The water still flows, and so can we. The rest of your life deserves your full presence, not just what's left after guilt and sorrow have taken their share. You are not your mistakes. You are not your regrets. You are a growing feeling, worthy soul, still becoming. Letting go of regret makes room for peace. And peace at this stage of life is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. There's a quiet kind of wisdom that begins to grow in us after 65. The wisdom to recognize what no longer fits. Not just clothes or shoes, but deeper things. Routines, surroundings, even certain relationships. Like an old coat that once kept us warm but now feels too tight. Some parts of our lives may have served us well for a season, but aren't meant to come with us into the next. Maybe it's a daily schedule that once gave you purpose but now leaves you drained. Maybe it's a home filled with things you don't use, but feel guilty giving away. Or maybe, just maybe, it's someone in your life whose presence feels more like pressure than peace. It can be painful to admit these truths, to say out loud, "This isn't working for me anymore." But here's the beauty of this season. You don't need to keep forcing what no longer fits. It's okay to rest more. It's okay to downsize, simplify, or rearrange. It's okay to stop attending gatherings that leave you feeling small, or to say no to calls that only bring stress. Your time and energy are precious now, not because you're fragile, but because you've earned the right to protect your peace. Take a slow walk through your space, your home, your calendar, your circle, and ask gently, does this still bring me comfort? Does this still reflect who I am today? Letting go doesn't always mean losing. Sometimes it means making room for ease, room for health, room for people and practices that nourish your spirit instead of drain it. This stage of life isn't about proving yourself anymore. It's about honoring who you are right here, right now. If something no longer fits, it's not your job to shrink yourself. It's your invitation to release it and to choose peace instead. One of the quiet fears that many people carry after 65 is the fear of becoming invisible. The world moves so fast now. New technology, changing trends, younger voices taking center stage. And sometimes it can feel like we're fading into the background, like our stories don't matter as much anymore, or that we've become something the world no longer sees. But let me say this gently and clearly. Slowing down is not the same as disappearing. Being still does not mean being forgotten. You are not less important now. You are more deeply rooted. There is a sacred beauty in this season of life. Like the last golden leaves of autumn, there's a richness and depth that only comes with time. The lines on your hands, the quiet way you understand what really matters. These are not signs of fading. They're signs of wisdom. You may not move as quickly as you once did. You may forget a few names or rest more often in the afternoons, but none of that takes away your value. In fact, it adds to it. Because you've lived, you've loved, you've endured. What if, instead of fearing being forgotten, we embraced being present? What if we stopped chasing what's fast and leaned into what's meaningful? A gentle conversation, a walk in the sunshine, the way your grandchild lights up when you smile at them, the sound of a quiet house that belongs to you. Let go of the fear that you're no longer needed. You are. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are. You are a living memory, a living lesson, a living light. And if you ever feel unsure, remember this. Some of the most important things in this world are unseen. The roots beneath a tree, the warmth in a hug, the peace in someone's voice. That's you. You haven't been forgotten. You are part of something deeper now. Something slower, wiser, and more sacred than ever before. So here we are, dear friend. At the end of this gentle journey together. We've talked about letting go, not to erase the past, but to honor the weight you no longer need to carry, the need to please everyone, the regrets that ache quietly, the routines, relationships, or roles that no longer fit, and the fear that somehow growing older has made you invisible. But you are still here, breathing, becoming, alive in a way that no number can define. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about growing lighter. It's about creating space in your days and in your heart for what truly matters now. Peace, love, presence, and joy in its simplest forms. A warm cup of tea in the morning, a kind word from a friend, a quiet moment watching the birds outside your window. Whatever you've been holding on to, whatever has been heavy or hurting, I hope you'll feel a little more free today. And if not all at once, then slowly, gently, one soft breath at a time. You deserve a life that feels good to you now. Not perfect, not busy, just deeply yours. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this brought you comfort or peace, I hope you'll carry that feeling with you. And if your heart feels lighter, even just a little, then this moment has been worth it. You are never too old to begin again, and you are never walking alone. Until next time, take good care of yourself. You matter more than you know.